All right. And welcome back, everybody, to the second season of Hot 16's. I'm your host, Andrew Tainer, and AKA PvP. We're out here. We're still holding it down. And we want to thank everybody who joined us last first season. All the guests, all the great guests. It was fun. We learned a lot. And we're just going to continue and grow and develop this community that we are building here. And that's all we're trying to do is just build a wholesome community for artists to have a voice and let them be heard. And it's going to be fun. But today we're starting to show off right. It's Native American Heritage Month, and so get a Native American artist to kick things off here. I was recommended this young gentleman by an artist that we had and podcaster, Juan Dominguez. He also has a podcast called Burn the Wagon. Y'all go check him out on YouTube, Burn the Wagon. And he recommended that I hit up a man named Stewie G, our guest today. And I'm going to let him do his introduction. And we have him here today, and we're going to get to know him. We're going to talk a little bit about his culture, how he got into music, what he's proactively doing right now, projects he has coming out, and so forth and so forth. So without further ado, let's introduce him to the show. His name is Stewie G. Stewie, let's let the audience hear your voice, man.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Stewie G, representing the higher ground struggle, standing against violent adversaries and genocidal environments, forever always movement. And I'm just native hip hop. Come from up here in Clearlake, California. Grew up in the Bay Area. Yeah, man, just honored to be here. Honored to be here on your podcast, the first episode.
Yeah, man. No, for sure, bro. I'm honored to have you be on the show as well. Like we had touched on a base. I told you, I want to expand the horizon, and I feel like it's really important. Like your guys' voice has been so silenced. Like you guys have music and you have art that needs to be shared. And what other way to do it in the form of podcasting, and help to get your voice heard, man. Yeah, but we out here doing our thing. This is the Hot 16's podcast. This is our platform. We're really trying to do it different, man. And it's music and sports, but we also do a lot of other shit too. We do media, we do, we've interviewed, I sponsor a chef, man. I got a chef on my team that I sponsor. So, I mean, I do it all, bro. Like cooking. I just want to learn it all even, not even expand the horizons in music, bro. Life is short. Just do as much as you can,
Yeah, knowledge is key for sure.
Knowledge is key. And, that's one thing I feel like when we're from like Clearlake and Point Arena, I feel like that's one thing that was really hard for us to get growing up is like the schooling and all that. It was like we always had to get it on our own.
Yeah.
And so you said you were from Clearlake. Did you do a lot of your schooling in Clearlake or did you do it down in the Bay Area?
Well, actually, I went to school in elementary and middle school in the Bay Area in Hayward. And I went there and then right when I was getting into high school, so probably like 8th grade, we moved up here to Lake County. And then like I bounced around through the high schools around here too. Like went to Terrace, went to Lower Lake, went from Lower Lake to Upper Lake, like, just bounced around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just, after staying in the Bay, moved up here. And then it was different. Like it was different, like, because down in the Bay, bro, you're like the only like native, like you know what I mean? Or it seems like you're the only native.
Yeah, I can adhere to that for sure because I grew up in Point Arena and I grew up around natives and you didn't really see a lot of them down in the Bay Area.
Yeah, so that's why it was kind of like you're like by yourself, like survival mode, like you know what I mean? And then you come up here and then it's like, holy shit, like there's hella like
they're all rezzed out.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like then even like get caught into like the little res beefs and stuff like that. So it's like I kind of just like stuck on my own. You know what I mean? Like just.
So, what reservation did you live on when you moved up to Clear Lake?
Where I'm from is Alem, which is out here like Clear Lake Oaks, Clear Lake area. Mm-hmm. But we just like lived in Lake County. We didn't like stay on the res. Like I mean, we stayed like in the town and stuff like that. But like I always went to the res like during ceremonies or like hanging out with the cousins or stuff like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we was like not there. You know what I mean? But
what reservation did you visit often?
Was Alem up here where my dad's from.
Okay. You said LM.
Yeah, LM, which
Okay.
is
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, that's where well when I first like growing up, like that's all I've known was up here at LM. Like we go from the Bay to up here, which was where my dad. Well, that's where you mean he grew up.
Yeah.
My
Definitely.
grandpa grew up there. Like everybody grew up there, so it was like home, like second home or home. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that is home.
basically, yeah. Like you know what I mean. So that's like that's what it always felt like. Like yeah, I'm also from all these other places around here in Lake County, like
Hmm.
you know, but like that it just stuck home there at
Yeah.
LM. So and that's
Yeah.
what I just
Definitely.
been and that's what I just be rocking with. Like, yeah, I'm from Lake County, like from my mom's side. She's on the other side of the lake, you know what I mean? And so it's like I got ties to this whole county, but it's like my ceremonies and all the stuff that I learned is from LM. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I just claim that.
Yeah. Definitely. For sure. Well, represent what you know, right?
Hell yeah. So,
Definitely. Um. I'm sorry. I'm just finishing lunch too. It's
oh,
a
that's
busy
cool.
day. Trying to get everything going here with the studio. It's a fun place to be. You know, it's really interactive. There's so much going on, so you got to squeeze everything in when you can. You
For
know.
sure. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
but I just remembered too. I got some beads by Boo, my buddy Elliot, Juan's cousin. I
Oh
decided to
yeah.
throw them on just to kind of bring some good luck for the interview. And I was just like, fucking let's keep the spirit and the energy up right now. So I'm
Hell
doing
yeah.
some custom beads, bro, and handmade by some Native American hands. So I know I'm in good hands.
Hell yeah. That's the bro Elliot. I know what you talking about. That's the fam
Yeah,
right there. Hell,
yeah,
shout out Elliot,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
That's the bro.
Yeah, he fucking hooks me up and fucking he's made me a couple sets and yeah, shout out Elliot. I hope he's doing well. And man, I gotta get him on the show one of these days. That would be a fun one. He would be a
For
cool cat
real.
to talk to for real. Talk about
Huh.
like some kind of sports or something with him, or I don't
Yeah,
know, baby
that's what
mama drama, or I don't know.
hey, that's when I first met him. Actually, Elliot was playing ball. Like, cause
Yeah.
we go play softball in the tournaments and shit, and we see him, and like we'd always like our teams would always be battling. Like it'd be like his like the Point Arena team battling like us, like in like
Yeah, dude.
championships and shit. And
PA's
so
fucking fire. Dave Bechtel and all
yeah,
those guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dave, that's the bro. Yeah, I know all them bros. Fucking, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Shout out to
Yeah,
them,
no.
man. Shout out
Yeah,
to the
shout out
Savages.
to the Savages.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the bros. Yeah,
Yeah, for
but
sure. So
no,
hey, that's cool though. Can I ask you this? Since you are a native and you have ties and you are a part of those groups, like I know that like you guys do softball and like basketball, but like what is it that just sets like your guys' leagues apart so much? Like it's just like a different style of play in the sport is from what I've seen.
oh, you mean like what they call res ball?
Yeah, bro. Like I mean, like
uh,
res ball, the softball, like it's just why it's so more aggressive. Like
yeah. I mean,
it's just interesting.
I don't know, bro. It's just how you know what I mean. Like, well, this is how it was told to me. Cause when my dad was young and he played a teenager playing with grown men, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And fucking like one of them fucking spiked him like on
Mm-hmm.
his arm and shit. And my grandpa was like, "No, that's what you get. Like when you're playing with men, like this is what you're to expect. Like you ain't gonna get no like
Mm-hmm.
free like walk in the park and all this shit. Like no, you're gonna play like a man. You gonna like if it's big leagues or you know what I mean. So that's like I don't know. I guess you have that mentality like going
Mm-hmm.
in. Like you're just like no, fuck that. Like you ain't gonna take nothing. Like you know what I mean. Like we're gonna go hard and we're gonna go to you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And that
definitely. Because I remember when we would drop off the kids on the res when we would take the bus home. We would pass the we would have to go on the res and then off it, but we would pass the basketball court and it was always like people playing. It was asphalt. It looked like really rough and rugged, and it was just
mm-hmm.
like looked like some broken glass, and it just
Yeah.
looked like yeah, it just it didn't look like I was like, damn, that looks pretty dangerous, but that's what they got, right? Like it's like, gee. But
Fuck,
you
bro.
guys' sports play is just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, bro. Like, cause when there's nothing else to do, like on the res and stuff, bro. Like, it's just like every day, like just constant drama, bullshit, whatever. You know what I mean? But
Uh-huh.
like sports, is kind of like something that we gravitate to because it's like, oh, okay, let's do this. It's other than other shit on the res. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So like I said, bros, they play ball or they. You know what I mean? It's just like just to do something other than just everyday shit in the red. different in the hood, bro. Like it's, same shit that happens in the hood, same shit happens in the res, but just with natives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just that's just what it is. So like, you want to like, oh yeah, let's play sports or make music or you know what I mean, just do something other than everyday shit. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, and so like with everyday stuff, like aside from sports and music, what made you get into doing music aside from softball and like basketball and other activities?
Well, I always loved music, like growing up. Like my pops, he was like all into the hip gangster shit, you know what I mean? Like NWA, all that, you know what I mean? The old
Yeah.
school Bay. And then my mom, she was like into oldies and R&B. So like, and I always loved singing, like, you know what I mean? So I kind of had that like mixture of like kind of like a Nate Dogg. So like that was like my style. So but anyways, that's what like got me into music. So like I always loved it. And then like
Yeah, definitely.
I never like seen myself do music, but then like when I first heard myself and I first recorded a song and it was like I love this feeling. Like I want to make another song, or like you know what I mean. And just that little drive, that little bit of drive was what motivated me. And yeah,
That
bro.
that creative process that keeps you to do more.
Yeah, cause bro, once I had my first taste, I'm like, oh, this is tight. And then like you see everybody else feeling it and rapping your stuff, like you're
Yeah.
like, man, I could do it again, or I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely there with you on that too, because I remember when I wrote my first track and it was with my buddy. I just remember even, and it's crazy too, because I've only written maybe about 10 songs almost. But
Yeah,
my first one, everyone's like, dude, that's your one right now for now, And every time I've ended my shows with it gets pretty wild. Like, I'm like, damn, I actually have somewhat of a good idea of what I need to do to like keep going. And you
yeah,
gotta pay attention to things like that. Like, you gotta analyze your audience, and that's what I'm trying to. I judge my performance by my audience, not by
yeah.
how well it's by my audience, because they tell the story.
That's facts, bro. Cause
If
like
I
they're
got if I got a chick throwing ass, then fuck yeah, like cool.
yeah,
Like out on some of my homies, like dude, that's fucking sick. Like that song made her feel that way. Or if you got the homie that's gonna shotgun a whole beer at the bar, well fuck yeah.
yeah.
Like I make I'm looking for like energy, bro. I want my songs to make people not make poor decisions, but like feel good and like want to just have a good time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's tight too, cause like when you're performing, and this is for me, like at first you don't get like the warm and welcome, cause we're like, oh yeah, this Indian guy trying to rap, do all that, and then
Mm-hmm.
you hit them. You mean you do your performance, all that, and then after like you can see on their faces like they're like stunned. Like you mean
Exactly.
you just hit me with all this and you're dope and da da da. Then after the show, like I'll be like, all right, y'all, Stewie G out, da da da. You mean like and tap and walk off stage. Then like everybody's cheering, and I was like,
Yeah,
dang, like I didn't even know you
definitely.
guys was listening. Like, and then they'll come up and then like, oh, can I get a picture? Or you were so dope, or all you mean, what's your Instagram or all that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
definitely. It's just networking, and it takes time. And I can say in my few short months, like I had my first experience at a show I had booked, and I got booked in Anaheim. And one person in the crowd, right when I got on stage, I was talking, and then someone in the crowd's like, "Hey, I've seen this guy perform before. He's not bad." I was
yeah,
like, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that just
just
to me, like that was the first time anybody ever said that at my show. So I was like, "Well, fuck, I
yeah,
guess I got a fan, right?"
yeah, hell yeah. That was dope too, bro. Cause I did this little 420 bingo thing for Mac Mall. He had
Oh
like
hell yeah!
this 420 bingo thing, like, and he was like the dude that says the balls and all this stuff, and it was dope, bro.
Yeah,
But anyway,
you know what's crazy? As you said that, it was 14 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock for the recording of this episode.
okay.
And I'm just gonna throw that out there. So it's a 14:20, so 4:20.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, spark up then.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's what I'm actually doing. I was gonna take a dab, courtesy of my boy. I got the
Yeah,
moto. Here we go.
nice.
Yeah,
But
but do you smoke, or do you
oh,
do you
I,
do you blazer?
Hell yeah, bro. That's all I do. I stay away from the other shit and stay with the green, the cannabis or the dabs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I'm actually cooking up a dab right now. I got some diamonds I'm about to heat up
ooh,
here.
damn.
Yeah, I like to. I usually be smoking something on the live. There was an episode I did last season with my barber, and dude, like we had a joint that we were smoking on the show, and it was just, I don't know if I rolled it tight or it was just resined out, but you just hear me like ripping the thing so goddamn hard to get a hit.
Hell
And
yeah.
it was funny because my boy was just like laughing at me the whole time, and it's just like we're having two conversations at once almost, like us trying to deal with that. It was just pretty funny.
That's hella sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we do our thing though. But so you dab, and what's the smoke out like as for you as a rapper? Do you get like out at shows, like are people very generous, or do you try to stay away from offers like that because you don't know if people, if they're trying to put something in it?
I honestly, like, it's been like people that smoke, like people will hook me up with like some bud, like, oh, here's some stuff, whatever. But usually I'm just like my cousin, like, cause he works at a dispensary out here,
Yeah.
so he like comes through with some bud, some dabs, or like the bros from the crew, like either
Yeah.
smoking with them or I'm bringing my own shit. You know what I mean? So like, but yeah, bro, like I don't like if people hook it up, like I ain't gonna be like, oh no. You know what I mean?
Right? Like definitely, right?
Like, yeah, so if they offering like shit. Like, fuck, bro. I did a show in Weed, California.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was like one of them theaters up there, like them old, it was dope, bro. It was like, it kind of reminded me of the that one in Petaluma, the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, the Phoenix, that's a very old theater too.
That's what it reminded me of, like that. But fucking there's this chick, and I just got done with my set, and we was out there. Bro was smoking a cigarette, and she was like, "Yeah, man." She came over, and gave me nugs, bro. She's like, "You can't come to weed and not get no weed from weed." I'm
What? You
like,
can't come
"Hell."
to weed and
I
get no
was,
weed.
yeah, I was like, "Hell yeah, give me that." And then like she hooked it up with the homegirl Desi, but she don't smoke, and I was like, "I'll take hers."
That's funny. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's cool though. I mean, people be gifting you that because weed's like a conversation starter to me.
Fuck yeah, bro. Like, then you mean like just smoking a joint? That's how I look at networking too. Like, you mean like, all right, you get to know this person, who they are, why they like your music, or you know what I mean, shit like that.
Just like I ripped that dab right there.
Hell yeah. So
Let's
yeah, bro.
go.
So yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but we're back and live for season 2. We got Stewie G out here. We're
Yes,
getting this shit
sir.
fucking laid down. Damn, that was tasty right there.
Hell yeah. You know it's gonna be a good podcast, bro. That was a
Yeah,
good
dude.
rip
Well, it's
right
gonna
there.
be so far the pod's looking great. I'm just trying to keep the momentum going. I'm doing it in seasons now. I was gonna try and be one of those release every week, but I figured doing seasons is a little bit more easy to handle. There's 16 episodes a season. So
Yeah.
to the guests that were so kind and understanding of the misconfusion of last season's release date, yeah, it's just going to be 16 episodes a season. And fuck, eventually once New Year's hits, we'll probably pump out like maybe 3 to 4 seasons a year. So that's my goal, hopefully. With
Hell
16
yeah.
episodes, that's manageable, so.
Yeah, you could do it each season, like the winter season, spring season, like
Yeah, shit
summer
like that.
season, like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
the focus of this season right now is kind of not directly like with people I know, but like, so say for instance, like I got recommended you as a guest for my show. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to do like not that I don't support the homies, but I have like 80-90% of my people from last year are people I'm directly in contact with and I know.
Yeah.
So in order to grow, it's a business
They
at
gotta
the end.
expand a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're homies, but it's a business, so you gotta step away. And like I've even had people been like, "Oh man, I just see you're doing your own thing now," and it's like, well, no, like I'm trying to start a career. Like I never said anything when you were doing something. Like,
Yeah.
why switch up on me now? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just balance. If I can ask you, has there ever been anybody that you've had trouble with you trying to dedicate your life to music, or people that have stepped away from you from your decision?
Shit, all the time, bro. I mean, with family, relationships, fucking people that you've done music with, like
I
it happens at the same time, or you know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be a conflict, or always gonna be something. So it's kind of like it really shows like if how dedicated you are with your music and your art. You know what I mean? Like you could, I don't know, like you just like people just want to tell you to go a certain way or a certain way how to do things, but in all national actuality, it's your decision and your, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
like people always want to tell you like, oh, you should do this, or like even at shows like, oh, you can get me in for free and all this stuff, like, and then even artists like working like, well, you didn't pay for this, or you didn't, you know what I mean? Like just it's all kind of stuff, bro.
Well, that's what we just learned. Like I was telling you in our conversation before the show today. Um, you know, we had booked a show for my friends, but when we were doing that, we had learned like just go with what you know and stick to the people that you know.
Yeah.
Because there was just some misconfusion and like we could have possibly got screwed over in the end, and it ended up working out. We got our money back, but it was like fuck. We should have just asked the people we thought of the first time, and then we did, and now it's all good, So
Yeah.
yeah, you
No,
got to watch out, man. I mean, people see a young, ambitious rapper throwing money out. They're gonna try and take your bread.
hell yeah, especially like the big artists, bro. Like, cause, like you get like a Andre Nicotina or somebody like a big name. You know what I mean? And then they like got these promoters and they want to like, oh yeah, we're trying to get artists to open up for this whoever, and then you got to pay like 400 to get a
Dude,
spot
I
or so.
actually no, I'm learning that down here, and dude, in LA, there is so many pay to play promoters. Like when I first, like literally my first month in the game, I mean, I didn't know. Like I knew that. Obviously, I was like, well, how do rappers get the bag then, right? Well,
Hmm.
the pay to play promoters are the people that take advantage
Yeah,
of people like me, right? If
yeah,
that doesn't know any better.
yeah,
Well, we found a promoter who's tied in with OGZ, Phoenix Flexin, Bravo the Bag Chaser,
yeah, yeah.
and my friend Clash. He opened up for Bravo the Bag Chaser and Phoenix Flexin. Shout out Clash. He was on the second episode of the first season.
Yeet.
And we went out, we did our thing, but yeah, he ended up paying a little bit of money to do it, but it was like I didn't see what we personally as a team and what he gained from it. Just
Yeah,
all I'm saying. And
yeah.
like another instance was that promoter hit me up because he found my profile from that show, and he hit me up for a DB about the Bag Tour opener in Oxnard
Uh
when he
huh.
was coming through, and it was $500, and then you get like a gang of tickets.
Hmm.
But it's so the thing is like even though you're a low ball rapper, they try to make up for the fact that, oh, well, you're on a show with this rapper and you can sell these tickets, make
Yo.
your money back, and well, your hustle's up to you.
Yeah, like that's for like because when I do it, because I just pay them the money. Like, okay, here's boom, I got all these tickets. Then I could hook up all my homies. You know what I mean? Then I could sell a little bit too. Like if you know what I mean, like you're on the street, like, oh, hey, there's a show over here, da 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 da, all that. You know what I mean? Make your
Yeah,
money
no,
like
definitely.
that.
I'm learning right now because I actually have like I was very very fortunate to where I landed and started making music.
Yeah,
Just like a good like positive place down in Orange County. I stumbled upon from a friend that I had found in my first ever hip hop cipher video on YouTube. I'll
yeah,
send you that. It's pretty. But we got to start somewhere.
yeah.
And
Hell
then
yeah.
they recommended me. They're like, dude, you should go check this out. I think it'll work out well for you. And well, now I'm here today, still pushing. So it's cool. Like I just never expected to actually do this because I did in high school. Trust me, I was like, man, I imagine hopping on stage. I'd always daydream it, bro.
Yeah, well, shoot, bro. Like that's you doing it now. Like
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
doing
Right.
you.
I gotta stop. I'm doing
Yeah, bro. You
it.
you taking those baby steps and you putting your name out
Yeah.
there and all that stuff
And,
like
and
that.
I'm glad too because I have positive support. I have a really good friend who's pushed me to do not do better but improve because honestly he's so it's just his pen game, bro. It's crazy, and the fact that I'm I have to write next to him, and like when we go into a booth, I'm like, fuck, man, I got to try and keep up with this guy. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had an event that we did, and dude, it was freestyle open mic for an hour, and he went up like multiple occasions, me and him, and I would go down, and he would keep going, and people would be waiting to go, and then he would end, and then they're like, I don't even know what to say after that, and they just put the microphone down, and like, it's just crazy, So got to step the game up, and now if I can ask you though, Stu, with your pen game and writing, how long have you been writing raps? Like officially been writing raps?
Well, I've been I've been writing since I want to say in high school, like 15, 16. I'm 30 now, so probably about 15, 14 years.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so you're 30. So about almost half your life, like, been writing pen game. There you go. And and you've been releasing music on platforms for the same amount of time?
No, I've been my first release was probably about 2015, and it was
Okay.
a mixtape, and it was like, just wanted to put something out, drop some dope stuff like on SoundCloud or whatever, you know what I mean?
You were trying to catch that SoundCloud era. There we go.
Hell yeah, bro. Shoot, it didn't matter, bro. You just trying to get your message out, you know what I mean?
There we go. Let's go. Run that paper up.
It was just like, hey man, like boom. So then like when I linked up with my bro Taji D, and he was gaming me up on like how to you need to get like the exclusive beats, like where you buy your own beats and then like you own the rights to that and to your song.
And you can fucking alter the beat too.
Yeah. All that. He was gaming me up on all that. And I was like, oh, what? So then that's when like in my journey of hip hop, like just learning along the way. So yeah, bro, you can learn like through while you're doing it. Cause I've done it. You know what I mean? I've learned like how to put my stuff on ASCAP and like all that, you know what I mean? DistroKid, put it out there. You know what I mean?
DistroKid's the good one though, I've heard, because it gets it on almost all platforms, and then it counts all the streaming.
Yep.
Like it does really well with the counting, like all the plays for your music.
Yeah, so that's what you know what I mean? And it's easy, bro. It's like you just gotta sign up, do your little with the little subscription thing for like I think it's like a year. Yeah, and then like you just upload music, bro, and just do it like, and that's that's what I've been doing, bro. Like, all right, like boom. And I do it like how I do it. Like I'm not doing it like how all these other rappers do it, like promote it and like all this super like whatever. It's like, no, man, the people want to hear it. They want to hear it now. So like boom, like just throw it out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just trying to use my whole goal with when I started was use the rest of 2022 to learn how to write songs, get in a booth, sit in some studios, and like play a couple shows with what you make. And I've been able to do that without even releasing anything. I've already played like 7 or 8 shows in like 7 months, and I have 4 coming up this month, the most I've ever done in a month.
That's
And
good, bro.
So for me, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, gotta keep going, So I'm hoping that big things are coming, man, because that's how I feel. And I had a lot of people telling me that it's coming. You're one step closer with everything. And I was like, fuck, man, if that's how you people feel, I guess I'm gonna go until it absolutely goes chapter 11.
For real, bro. Like straight up, like all you do is, bro, is get like I said, put your music out, do like YouTube. Like that's how I did it. Start on fucking YouTube, bro, and like that shit. It don't even pay attention to the views or nothing. Like just throwing it out there, people gonna like, oh, like they'll like the song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start performing it. Then it's like, oh, it's in their head because they had a good time at your show, and you know what I mean, like all that. So then it's like, and then you just build off it, bro. Like just okay. Oh,
I have my Hot 16's YouTube channel with a vlog series called Support the Underground. And I'm going to be revamping that here pretty soon. I already have a few videos in production that I've been editing. And it's been a pretty fun adventure. That was what got this whole thing really kickstarted back in April. Started doing the vlogs, which led me to meet people, then to sit them down. To do that. That was my first, because I'm a people person. So I was like, well, I don't mind going out and drinking some beer and go to the bar and get a little rowdy, fuck. Meet a guy named Peter in the back. I don't know. No, but it was it's just been a journey, So we're gonna keep this shit going. But we got some more questions though for you,
What's
and
up,
let's
bro?
have some fun. So last season, I don't know if you guys, the guest, Stewie, I don't know if you tapped in or checked out any of the episodes, but I have an episode solely called Big Talk.
Big talk.
I had a guest cancel on me last season, so I made up for an episode for my listeners, and it's actually almost one of my best episodes in terms of analytics, which
Uh
it was kind of crazy. I'm trying to think of new interactive ways to kind of like maybe think of other games or some other shit. It was fun. It was fun.
All
But
right.
what I'm gonna do though, it's a game called Big Talk, and it's a podcast, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're out here talking. Um, it's a card game, kind of. It's not like Cards Against Humanity, but it's like 150 cards that have questions on it. So if you're in a group of people and it's hella awkward and no one's talking, you could just literally like pull this game out and start asking people questions to like start conversations.
All right, for sure.
So what I'm gonna do is I have the deck right here, and I know you're not here to see, but I'm not looking at these.
I'm not looking.
On God, I swear.
Hell yeah.
I wish because I usually have people in the background. It'd be easier. I have more people coming over for future episodes after this one. So yeah, but I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna pick a card with my eyes closed, and here we go.
For sure.
Big talk. Stewie G, if you could freeze time, what would you do? I already feel like I might know what you say, but let's hear it.
Freeze time, man. Damn, that's a good one, bro. Because I don't even know. Like, maybe,
Would you go back in time and stop colonization?
Hell yeah.
There we go, right?
Hell yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know. Like, it's just because I think just the way how life is. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean, just the way it is, I guess. But like, yeah, like I don't know. Like, I'd probably go back into history. You know what I mean? Be a better, I don't know, better me. You know what I mean? Like just fix mistakes stuff that I could have did better, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. But
Put you in a better position.
yeah,
Definitely. Did you ever go to college or anything, or you just went to high school?
I went to Butte College for like a couple months, and then I dropped out.
Hey, well, you tried, bro. It's all good. I did SRJC for one semester. I got a certificate, and I never looked back.
Yeah. So yeah, I went to Butte for a little bit.
Yeah, we all tried. It's all good as long as you give it your all. I mean, college isn't for everybody, man.
Bro, it's easy, dude. Like, to be honest, like it was easy. It was just doing the work because it was like you're paying to go to school, so it's kind of like, well, it's on your own terms. Then like when you're in high school, it's like, no, you have to fucking get it done by this time or did it. You know what I mean? So college was like, nah, man, I can make a choice if I want to go or not. So it's like, I'm good. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go chill.
Yeah, like so that's why.
No, you're all good, bro. We all learn from it. But with music, did you know like right when you wanted to dedicate your life to music, did you know that that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like right after like when I came back home and I started like listening to beats and all this stuff people started sending me, and it's like, you know what, maybe I should on this. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
That. And with shows, how do you get shows regularly out in your area, or are you now on a level of you've expanded your brand? And because you had mentioned to me you did a show out in Washington.
Yeah, so bro, that's pretty much wherever people want me. If they can get me there, like I don't really ask for like a super like I don't have a super like, oh yeah, this much and it'll get me there. Like, no, if you get me there, pay me whatever you can. Do. I'll do my set, bum bum, you know what I mean? And yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you gotta make sure I get there and then give me some bread to play and we good.
yeah, like basically, you know what I mean? Like feed me, get me there, give me a place if it's like hella far, like give me a place to stay, like at a room or some shit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's where it's gonna go. The money's gonna go. So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, so put me up there and then pay me this.
yeah, exactly. So that's
So
pretty much
that's what you've worked your brand though, which is good though. See, people are starting to recognize game.
yeah. I've been like I think further um Bellingham. It was Bellingham, Washington. And
Yeah, and
then
what was that for, an event or a bar or?
it was Well, it's for the little Jim put it on. It was like a little youth thing for like their tribe, but we had to change venues because
Yeah,
like they need the gym was being used because it was passing in the family, so like we had to
basketball. No,
yeah no, it was just like funeral services, stuff like that, so we had to like move to a different spot, but we still fucking rocked it. It was at a coffee shop, but we still did our thing, you know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah.
but yeah, then I think San Diego or LA. That's probably like further south, and then
Yeah,
Reno. Reno is probably
furthest east.
yeah. So
Hey, well,
it's
that's good though. So you've gone all the way up and down the coast, and now you're pushing east.
yeah, bro. And I know I got love like in North and South Dakota and like other states, Minnesota. You know what I mean? Wisconsin. Like I know I got folks out there that bump my stuff. So it's a
That
matter of time before we stretch out to you know what I
well, yeah, you got to just do the fucking. You could call it like the tribe
mean?
tour or something.
Shit, that'd be tight, bro. Like
Yeah,
even like going out of the country, like I feel like people like we got some listeners from outside the country too, bro. Like I want to say like Poland,
yeah. On the pod,
Russia,
I got a consistent listener in near Frankfurt, Germany.
yeah, Germany
Yeah, and
too.
I keep talking about this is now the third time I'm bringing it up. They're probably like, "Oh, I got another shout out."
Yeah, shout out to Germany, man.
Yeah,
Hey.
shout out Germany. Hey, we out here. We still drinking beer like you
Yeah.
Germans.
Hey, you should look up Stewie G, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? YouTube.
look at my boy Stewie G or all those other artists who know.
Yep.
But yeah, we got Germany rocking with us.
Yeah, and then like I said, Australia, other different countries, bro, Canada, Mexico, like I'm like
Yeah,
yeah. So I got a good little buzz, I guess. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but you just gotta keep going and just
Yeah.
keep pushing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's been
But
dope, man.
hey, there you go. That was a big talk question. Led to some more answers and some other questions. But I bought that game pretty I went to this event and I was pretty juiced up and yeah, I don't know. I ended up buying this game and then I checked my account and it was like this whole box of cards was $20. So I'm getting my $20 worth.
Hell yeah, getting
Want
them
to tell
20
you that,
crushing.
right?
Hell yeah.
So, hey, but with you being Native American, are there still a lot of things that you're in tied with the Native American culture that you still participate in?
Yeah, like we still do our ceremonies. Like we still, you know what I mean, doing what we do, what we've been doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. With your tribe or your family and all that, are you guys like pretty proactive in it, or is it just like we do it every now and then?
Oh yeah, like this was passed down generations, like of you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
It's from since the beginning of basically time. So it's just passed down from bloodline. You know what I mean. So we keep it. You know what I mean. We keep it tradition. We keep it going. Keep that fire lit. You know what I'm saying. So
Yeah, you got to keep that fire lit. Natives are dope. You found all the trippy drugs.
the trippy drug shit. That's just all the medicines out here in the mountains.
Hey.
But
So
yeah.
you have like right now. Do you want to let my audience know though, what your newest project is out right now?
So yeah, my newest project was well I have a few. So I have a murder state and it's called a reboot because I made a mixtape back like a few years ago and it was like all these YouTube beats. So it was like, but it had some tight stuff. So I wanted to reboot it because nobody talks about like the devastation here that happened to our people in California. Because like when they speak of history, they only talk about like what happened to the Lakota and Sitting Bull and like Little Bighorn, and they think
Yeah,
that like and they think that's like to all of us. And it's like no, like they're like here in California, bro. There's there's all kind of tribes, different tribes out here just in the state. And then you got different nations and tribes like up and down the coast to the plains, like with the Dene to Alaska, even to Mexico, bro. Like those are natives too. They're people. They got their own tribes and all that. They're like us. How we speak English, they speak Spanish. So it's like you know what I mean.
yeah.
But they're native too. So that's
Man, I'm
like
out here fucking opening a Tums thing, shaking it near the microphone. What a great sound effect, right?
hell yeah. But yeah, so you mean and I forgot what your question was.
We're talking about the native people, Mayans and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like we're all, you mean we're all different. We're all different nations, different tribes, but we're all, you mean. But people like want to put us like in one little category, like we're all one. So yeah. So going back to the murder state, yeah, back to the album.
Yeah.
But talking about the devastation, the genocide here, just like in California, that nobody knows. So
Well, you know what's crazy? I found out on my own because I like to self-educate myself.
yeah.
Have you ever heard of the War in Mendocino?
Mm-mm.
It was a war before the ratification of California,
Yeah.
and it was when they like damn near slaughtered all the Pomo. And,
Yeah.
um, it was literally, bro, like a very, very, very small team of people, and it was funded by the U.S. government, of course, and
Yep.
pillaged and plundered. It was this U.S. militia army group.
Yep.
They would just fucking go through on horseback and just fucking, I mean, absolutely. Well, the thing was too, what made it easy for them is they lied and like had promised stuff to them, and
Yeah.
then put them in position to where they could like kill them.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa, like, and no one ever taught about it, because especially being from Mendocino, you being from up in Clearlake, that was like they say it was like the biggest casualties of natives in that area, and no one ever taught us a single thing about that in school.
Yeah, bro. Like a lot of this, the people don't even know.
Yeah.
Cause so like when so we do like run for salmon, and we'll go to these different places like in the mountains of prey, and they'll have these like monuments like back, like I'm talking about 1800, like when during the gold rush days, like these monuments and how they're historical and all this stuff. But you can see, bro, and all these, it's all like the killings and stuff happen at the same time, like during the gold rush. So like, and like with this tribe here, and then with it like here in Lake County, and then out there, and like, yeah, bro, and it's like all these all these reminders of genocide for us. Even like the like that dude was a straight he prisoned and murdered Pomo people, bro. And everybody, like, you got E40, Mac Dre, all, yeah, Vallejo, all that stuff, right? Saying that. But that fool was a straight murderer, bro. Straight enslaved all us Pomo, or all California Indians here. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And so like people don't know that. Or even our own people don't even know that.
Yeah, because
So
that's what they want to do. They want to keep it hush hush. They don't want the truth to come out.
so that's where the like I said, murder state, where like I'm explaining to it in the state of California in that song. And like, just, you know what I mean? Like, then like stuff that we grow up in here in Cali, you know what I mean? Like, you lived out here in Cali, bro. You know how you know how it gets
Oh,
manny.
yeah, it's crazy. I
So
mean, you got all walks of life. You got pot growers, you got fishermen, you got loggers, you
yep,
got businessmen, you got tech people, you got snooty city people, you got
yep,
suburb people, you got desert tweakers. I mean, I could do
all that.
100 million fucking stereotypes in this damn state. Everybody wilding out here,
Exactly. So
and
that's why I
people
said it's
believe it.
yep, that's why it's the murder state, bro. Because like I said, all that, like all of that killings and suffering of our people is under the soil and shit. And then when they like build new interest shit and stuff, like they digging up those, you know what I mean, that old shit. So like that's why probably people tweaked out and shit. They see all that. They see all the, like, you know what I mean, all that
People
shit.
always be tweaking, bro. I mean,
So
not even fuck. You can just tweak on it, tweak on the beat.
for real. But yeah,
I don't
bro.
know. It's just crazy to think that what this country has really come to. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to live my life and get this bread.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm like. We're all being fucked. Like, you know what I mean? If you ain't rich, you ain't stacking, you ain't shit,
That's
basically.
literally what I was explaining to my girl this morning. Is like I was like, the government literally got what they wanted. Like they got us against each other.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? So they keep us out here hungering for little bits of crumbs and shit, while they taking the whole pie, bro. They got two pies and got another one in this,
Ah,
and they got another one in the stash. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck. The government's got so much sketchy shit.
so
They're
yeah,
just sketchy. That's all it is. They're just sketchy.
yeah, and it's just to protect their, like I said, their investments and their, you know what I mean, business transactions and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to keep their ass and their assets safe.
Yep. So yeah, and that's just it, bro. And that's like I said, that's what I rap about, shit like that.
Well, that
Shit.
you're like this, native rapper. You're indigenous, so you want to spread that word and that empowerment to give people understanding,
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro. You get censored like not only from, music industry and shit like that, but like from your own people, bro. Like they don't want to hear none of the shit that I'm speaking on. Like they they ain't trying to hear that. So that's why like when you got a bro like Juan with his Burn the Wagon podcast and then you let me come here and share, you know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's what it's
it's
a
knowledge because see, like it's knowledge and it needs to be taught because I always, when I graduated, bro, I'll tell you this. As soon as I moved to Santa Cruz, that's one of like the most liberal places in California.
yeah.
Like, Native American genocide and all this shit. And it's like, how did I not learn about any of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. So that's why I now want to try to do my best to learn along the way. And then also let you guys give your views from your time and your family members and what you know to your understanding,
Yeah, like some of those, bro, like I've heard stories of like people surviving Bloody Island out here, like the massacre, and then like
Yeah.
hearing stories about when my like personal shit, bro, like great grandma's being taken to Spain, but still made her way back here in California, back to her home, like shit like
That's
that, bro.
gnarly.
So you know what I mean? Like those are true stories, like that hit home, like you know what I mean. So that's why like a lot of the stuff that I rap about is like it's like real deep personal, bro. Like it's like, no, this is real shit. Like none of you motherfuckers understand. Like and that's like sometimes I can't perform songs because it's that emotional. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah,
that.
definitely. I'll get eventually to an emotional song category, but right now I'm like just trying to just write some hard banger ass songs.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Shoot, everybody love them bangers.
Yeah, dude. We got bangers on deck. I got a couple good guys. So we
Yeah.
out here. We got some shows coming up. We're about to get rowdy, super rowdy. But do you have any more albums coming out next year or soon?
I was just like for right now, I was just putting out singles because I got like a shitload of songs that haven't even been put out yet. So I was just thinking about just dropping singles for now.
Yeah, get them on that distro kid, do your thing.
Yeah, throw a video out there, you know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
people, you know what I
Just
mean?
get some gotta go crazy, get some like I don't know, I don't even know. I don't even know
Just
what else.
just content, bro. Just that. Like I realized for me, because when I first started, like I didn't want to do no music video. Like straight up. Like I was like, nah, I'm gonna be like Andre Nicotina. Like you never see him do a music
Oh,
video.
exactly.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like
There is
so
someone else who fucking notices that. I'm not the
yes.
only fucking one.
So that's why I was like, I wanted to be like him. But then like my dad's like, no, like, cause he's the one my dad shoots all my footage, all my videos.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, man, like you gotta show your face, like you gotta, you know what I mean, promote all that stuff, like you got a
Well,
good look.
you're not selling drugs like him, so
Yeah, so it's like, nah, like, so yeah,
get it. Oh yeah, but hey man, we got like 10 more minutes left on this show, Stu. It's been fun. It's been a good little 48 minutes, 49 minutes with you here on this podcast adventure and the revamp of season 2. Let's go.
yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We gotta sit down and do a podcast together, like in your studio. That'd be
Yeah, no,
sick.
definitely in the future episodes. Like right now, things how, I've taken business advice and setting up plans is the only way I'm gonna obtain those goals. So
Yeah,
just being more organized. I made everything back pretty much. I could say so far I've invested.
yeah.
So I want to
That's
now get myself to a level where I can start do maybe another season or two, like this season, maybe a third season the way I'm doing it. And then
yeah,
eventually, I'll have all my merch and all my stuff there and then have some more established place with a set. And then I can add the video to it and start posting the seasons on YouTube.
yeah. That'd be sick, bro. Like
Yeah.
the whole thing be like no jumper. Hey,
No, not like no jumper. I'd have a better set than no jumper, but I mean,
yeah,
I'm down to have energy like that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
gonna
I,
happen, bro. It's gonna
I just,
happen, man.
I mean, shit, I'm just out here taking dabs on the live and fucking
Shit.
cracking beers. I mean, I don't know if you can
Fuck
do
it.
that on YouTube, but I mean, you can do it off camera on an audio. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just beat YouTube there. Ah!
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yo, but Stu, is there anybody that you want to shout out or give any thanks to for getting you to where you're at today with your music and your life?
Yeah, like first I want to shout out, well, first my dad, my brother and sister, because like they've been solid with me through the whole journey, like supported me from like I'm talking about since the first shit. Like when I was doubting myself, they like see what I mean, truly supported me and like, no, keep going. So like them, my family, my bro Taji D, like the bro that produces my music, like same thing, like he's in a wheelchair and like just seeing his struggles and the shit, the lively shit he has to go through, like that motivated me. It's like, no man, quit your bitching, quit crying. Like, there's other people going through fucked up shit more than you. You know what I mean? So Taji D, my brother, and Cisco and Little Jim, the bros from HES, like they motivate me all the time to get better. Cause like when I go through my thing, I'm going through my own whatever, like they there to support and pick me up. So and so all them
To have
people,
people like that.
yeah, bro, and especially like with Cisco, like gaming me up, like, because he's been doing it longer than all of us. So like he like game me up on how like approach things and like stuff like that, like in the music industry. So yeah, and just shout them out. Shout out to all shit. Shout out to you, bro, for your podcast,
Yeah,
and
thanks, bro.
shout out to the bro Juan for putting me on.
Yeah,
Hey,
he put with that. Yeah, shout out Juan because without him, I wouldn't have known who you were, and he would have never got me into native rap. So, like that, just there you go.
yeah, and then like I said, and shout out to all the other bros like Elliot and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? All my natives in the
Yeah, all the
PA.
all the all the all the all the reses out there, all the natives.
Yeah, all my natives out here that truly, you know what I mean? They fuck with Stu. Hey, but yeah,
Hey,
bro.
would it be? Ah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
we out here though. We're holding it down, Stu. It's super dope that we came out here and we were able to collaborate and getting you here out on the show, opener for season 2. I guess we didn't get canceled. Oh wait, I'm the CEO. I make the fucking rules.
hell yeah.
We ain't getting canceled.
Yeah, season 2, boy. You better
Yeah, boy,
tune in.
we're gonna
Better.
have like 50, 60 seasons. Fucking, we're gonna be like fucking what show's been on forever? No, we're gonna be like Grey's Anatomy, man. We're gonna have like 20 to 25 seasons or SVU.
Yeah,
Like
we get it popping, bro. Like I said,
we're
we'll
gonna we're
get
gonna be around for a minute. But yeah,
yeah.
it's all about growth and development right now. And I
Yes,
took that
sir.
tip from one of my first guests last season. Just slowly learn how to grow and do it, and then grow slow because then your guest will see your growth.
Yes,
Like
that's fact. That's facts. That's facts,
yeah.
bro. Yeah,
So
straight
I was
up.
kind of like, okay, because I was trying to rush and do the video, right, for
Yeah.
last season. I'm nowhere near that. You know, you gotta understand that you gotta put yourself in positions to get to certain places. You know.
Straight up. That's real shit, bro. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you get impatient, like, I want to be right here. But it's like, no, you have to work your way to get there. So, like, yeah. So, yeah, bro, all that, every step's good. The growth, all that, everything. Everything
And
you
that's
just
what we're
said. Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're working towards, man. And that's why with this brand, that it's just about growth and development and helping people grow. You know, like me and my fiance, she helps when she can. She gets on my computer if I'm playing on the PlayStation, and she'll literally, like the other night, man, she crushed it. Found like 4 or 5 new guests I ain't never heard. I'm like, damn, like why can't you just be my resource manager and fucking just like fucking be like, hey, I'll pay you for an hour or two to get on a computer, like what, 40, $50, right?
Hell
And
yeah.
just fucking tap in and start writing some people down and be like, here, check all this out. And,
Yo, check this person out. You
yeah,
should look into
exactly.
them. Yeah.
And it's not hard to just like someone on the gram. It's literally nowadays, it's just Instagram and TikTok are the main 2 social media platforms.
Yeah, that's all I got is Instagram. So
Well, I mean, that's how I met you. So we good. We good.
hell yeah.
Tap
Just
in for
so
sure.
just so anybody, you know what I mean, wondering, yeah, that's my Instagram, Stewie_G_23.
Yeah,
Find
I
me
was
on
just about
there.
to get to that to shout yourself out too before we tie things up here. But
Yeah.
continue.
And then YouTube, find me all my music video on YouTube. You can see all our music and then like all our stuff we do with Run for Salmon, behind the scenes, like with shows and stuff like that. So Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of cool native stuff. So make sure you go support and like Stewie G's channel. He's out there, positive voice. He's out there in Clearlake. He's holding it down out there in Lake County. My first Lake County guest. My second native guest, but he's popping off season 2 this year.
Yes, sir.
And so we're doing our thing. Hot 16's, baby. Yo, Stewie, it's been a pleasure, man. I can't thank you enough for being on the show. It's been a blast, man. It was such a fun conversation we just had. I look forward to, in the future having you on the set when we get the set all lined up and we're a little bit more developed, but I would love to have you back on the show because I want the people to see you, and then get you to LA. And then I'm always trying to find shows and book shows. So if you're coming down here, I got to try to fit you in on a slot or something. Come do something, make it worth your while.
Yeah,
that's what we're aiming towards here.
Yeah,
it's been solid, buddy. We're gonna tie things up here. That was episode 1 of the next season, guys. If you're still here rocking with us, you fucking dope.
Yeah, you hella dope. You hella dope.
You hella dope. You hella studious.
Yeah.
But we're gonna sign out here. It's PvP. It's Stewie G. Hot 16's. Thank you guys for checking back in. It's an honor and a pleasure to be able to talk to you for an hour. Peace, everybody.
Peace out, y'all.